forbidden pleasures of medieval nuns. We are here to take you on a captivating journey through the medieval corridors of monasteries in Europe, where history's secrets unfold like scandalous tales. When monasteries were praised as havens of piety and devotion, the reality was sometimes very different, to the seductive nunneries of Italy that stunned the imagination, to the distinctively titled Spanish convents, where distinctions were formed by the services they offered, from the notorious Littlemore Abbey in Great Britain, plagued by curses and immersed in horrific depravity. Scandals in Great Britain. Littlemore Abbey is one of the most well-known monasteries in Britain with a distasteful past. Curses have followed it ever since it was finished in the 12th century. Some reports claim that the nuns initially hoped the ceiling would not fall on them. The panic quickly subsided, however, and tales spread around the area, each wilder than the last. The nuns would extend invitations to travelers, pilgrims, and knights to stay the night before demanding astounding fees in return. The nunnery was already the epicenter of sexual immorality, thieving, and other repulsive behaviors by the 15th century. The nuns enticed young men and visitors, who then had real orgies in their cells. Many unfortunate ones also discovered that their money and other possessions vanished. The church's wine supply was rapidly depleted due to the extensive drinking, so the nuns began selling church supplies to pay for alcohol. The rule of Catherine Wells, however, was the strangest aspect of the abbey. Nuns were treated cruelly, including sadomasochistic acts, beatings, starvation, and public humiliation. Many girls were compelled to sell themselves out of desperation to get some cash for sustenance. The abbess publicly shared a residence with the priest, through whom she simultaneously gave birth to her daughter. Those nuns under the abbess's protection had open relationships with men. Some even had children. In 1517, during the bishop's visit, rumors were so rife that Bishop William Atwater was compelled to send his envoy Edmund Ord to assess the situation. He was inconsolable when the priest discovered that a large portion of the abbey's land had either been mortgaged or sold to the abbess's companion. Furthermore, the abbess would deliver her kid to the nuns whenever the priest arrived to make inquiries. Several nuns who had been put in stocks by the abbess for their sins were found to have managed to escape, revolted against Catherine Wells, and fled to a neighboring hamlet where they started to live freely. By the way, they are all 4 guys. So many details were discovered that the bishop ordered the convent to be shuttered and disbanded, and the abbess was accused of nymphomania, intoxication, stealing, and adultery. Now that we've uncovered scandalous secrets of monastic life in Great Britain, let's cross borders and explore the intriguing tales of monasteries in Italy. Honorable Nuns of Italy. Contrary to Great Britain, nuns in Italy did not steal, at least not overtly. Additionally, there were no instances of church products being sold that were noted. However, even their contemporary peers found the Italian nunneries to be mind-boggling regarding the pleasures they offered. In reality, several monasteries were converted into brothels behind high walls. For instance, nuns in Venice tended to wear loose-fitting short gowns and would only cover their necklines during religious ceremonies. Naturally, there was no lack of people desiring to be loved by a lovely nun wearing a nun's habit. The abbots were seeking the best potential mates for them. The finest explanation of this may be found in Alexander Perdicci's book, The Life and Work of Balthasar Costa, Pope John the 23rd. Spanish delights. Spain was not far behind Italy in understanding the nuances of an honorary existence. Male visitors who assigned formal titles to the monasteries based on the quantity and nature of the services offered were responsible for identifying the distinguishing feature, the fact that the nuns of the Spanish convents varied in their personalities. Dolls Abbey, Penitent Magdalene's Abbey, and so on. when they sought to punish nuns for immoral behavior in Spain. As our contemporary witnesses attested, the number of these condemned servants of the Lord increased significantly. Therefore, it is not unexpected that history records an instance when a monastery was shut down because the sisters' depravity exceeded all reasonable limits, just as it did in Great Britain. The nuns at the St. John the Baptist convent in Bologna were so promiscuous that the authorities were compelled to kick them all out and shut the monastery. The monastery of St. Laurentius took charge of the nuns from the monastery of St. Leonard. Germans have always been disciplined and meant to maintain order. Therefore, the authorities tried to halt the decadence in several monasteries. Additionally, the German government aggressively penalized nuns, unlike other nations. For instance, the Nattensell Abbey in the Swabian Jura was converted into a true brothel. A customer who could afford the delicate services might see the loving nuns at any time of day or night. Duke Julius of Brunswick, the monastery's patron and financial supporter, eventually decided it was time to stop the sexual mayhem. The Mother Superior physically sprang through the wall on his command. To their credit, the German church authorities carried out proactive and public monasteries inspections. Indeed, the outcomes were often unexpected. For instance, the bulk of the nuns at the Seflingen Abbey were discovered to be expecting. That is all for this video. We'll be back soon with another informative video. Don't forget to like and share this video. Until next time.